Hey everyone, welcome to the Nucular Electronics channel. Today we'll walk you through installing the Plug&Ride kit on the eRide Pro SS 2.0. Before installing, open the battery cover, unplug the wires, and remove the battery. After that, turn the key in the ignition and wait for the capacitors to discharge. The headlight should turn on, then off. The display should also turn off. For starters, remove the battery lid. To do that, just unscrew the two screws at the sides of the lid. Next, unscrew the screws that are holding the part with the ignition and a USB connector. Now remove the display. Remove the screws securing the display. Unplug the display connector. Unscrew the two screws securing the electronics compartment plug. Next, remove the screws that hold the controller. Once that's done, put away the cover to get access to the wires. Find three connectors that are plugged into the controller. Unplug them. Be careful with the wires, try not to do any damage to the wires. Next, remove the controller. Once you remove the mounting screws, the controller can be removed. Now we should unplug the power wiring. Unscrew the screws holding the phase wires and the battery wires. Then put away the controller. Remove the factory mounts. We're not gonna need them. To do that, unscrew the four screws securing the mounts. Now let's move on to installing the display. Take the CAN cable and plug it in the system port. Do not apply pressure. Gently wiggle the connector to insert it. Put the cable in the third cable slot. We need to make sure that the cable rubber and the display plastic are at the same level. Close up the display housing and secure it with three short screws at the bottom and two long screws at the top. Next step, mounting the display on the bike. Remove the handlebar stem cap. Take the new stem cap from the kit and install it. Now we should install the display in the new stem cap using the screw from the kit. Take the CAN cable to the controller as shown in the video. Now install the wire adapters. Plug the three wires from the kit in the factory connectors. Make sure they're plugged in all the way. You should hear a click. Install the electronics compartment plug back. Be careful not to damage the wiring. Take the two screws that secure the plug and screw them back. The power cable and the battery cable should remain outside. Install the part with the ignition and a USB connector back. Organize the cables and wires inside the bike. Straighten out the wires that are coming out. You don't want to tighten the screws too much. The part is made of plastic. Put back the battery lid. Prepare the plastic adapter for the controller installation. Install the 2 metal brackets in the adapter. Secure them with 8 self-tapping screws. Install the adapter in the bike. Put the wires through the adapter. Route the brake line on the side cut of the adapter. Before mounting the adapter, make sure all the wires and cables are arranged properly. Put the wire harness on the side of the mounting bracket, avoiding clamping wires with the bracket. If you did everything right, you should see the screw holes in the adapter. Start with securing the bottom screws. You shouldn't screw them all the way. The adapter has to move up and down. Install the top adapter mounts. To do this, you should use the long screws with nuts. The nuts should be put inside of the adapter mounts. Make sure the adapter is placed properly, and tighten the screws. Put the phase wires and the CAN cable through the adapter. Arrange the other wires. After that, install the metal cover back on. Be careful not to damage the wiring. This metal cover can have misaligned holes. To make its installation easier, we recommend unscrewing the bottom screws before screwing the top ones. Do not tighten the screws all the way until you secure all the 4 screws. To make the process easier, you can use the lever arm to align the holes. All the 4 screws are in place. Now we can screw them all the way. Once you tighten the screws, you can check the position of the adapter once again. Adjust the position of the adapter if necessary. Let's move on to the controller installation. For starters, we should unplug the connectors that we're gonna use. Plug the whole controller in the whole connector. Plug the 1.4 controller in the 1.4 connector. Plug the 912 controller in the 912 connector. Plug the THBK controller in the THBK connector. Plug in the CAN cable. Next, secure the phase wires. Make sure that the terminals are placed properly on the controller ends. Tighten the screws, but don't do it all the way. 6 Newton meters will be enough. If you don't have a torque wrench, use a short arm of a hex wrench. Put in the battery wires. Make sure the polarity is not reversed. The red wire goes to the plus end, the black one goes to the minus end. Do not exceed 6 Newton meter torque. If you wish, you can put in the caps on the battery and phase wires. Next, install the controller in the adapter. Put all the wires inside carefully. Make sure the wires are not bundled and positioned properly. Put the controller in the adapter. Do not secure it with screws right away. Make sure the wires are not in the way. Secure the controller with 4 screws. Do not tighten them too much. The adapter is made of plastic. The installation is complete. Install the battery and the bike. Be sure not to damage the wires. Turn off the circuit breaker. Plug in the power terminal. Then plug in the low current terminal. After that, turn on the circuit breaker. Start the bike by turning the key in the ignition. Go to Settings, then proceed to Devices, select Nucular Controller, then Auto Setup. Select your battery type. Done. eRide Pro SS does not have the analog brake, so the brake setup will show that the brake is not connected. When setting up the throttle, press the throttle all the way following the instructions on the screen. Then release the throttle. Before starting the auto setup, be sure to secure the bike so that the rear wheel is hanging in the air. It will be rotating during the setup, so be careful. Start the setup and follow the on-screen instructions. When the motor setup starts, wait for it to be complete. Auto setup assumes that you have already downloaded the controller settings for eRide SS. If you haven't already, you can download the settings file from the website by clicking the link in the video description. Save this file to your SD card and import it. Then you can run the full auto setup. Once the angle correction is complete, you can put the wheel on the ground. Then the controller will determine the motor resistance and inductance. The motor setup is complete. Save the settings. After the auto setup, check if everything is functioning. Now let's adjust the kickstand. Go to Nucular Controller, then I/O Configuration, select port 3, and choose BK. This parameter will activate the kickstand. Save the settings. And now you will see the B sign on the main screen when the kickstand is down. If you raise the kickstand, the icon will disappear. Now let's set up the correct battery capacity. Go to Settings, then go to Onboard Computer, then Main Screen Setup, then Battery Capacity, and now specify your battery capacity. For the stock battery, it's 2800 Wh and 40,000 mAh. If you have an upgraded battery, you will also need to enter your battery settings in the controller menu Battery. Save display settings too. We're all set, now you can test the shifter and the throttle. If this video was helpful, give it a thumbs up. If you still have questions, drop them in our Telegram group or in the website. All the links are in the description. Ride safe and see you soon.